Herb, why should union members vote no on Prop A?
Well, the reason union members should vote no is we will have to lay off countless numbers of firefighters, police, and municipal workers, or find some other means by which we replace the revenue that would be lost from the earnings tax. That would probably be a real estate or a sales tax, and both of those would have to be paid by retirees living on a fixed income, unemployed people if they own property. Right now, the only people that pay an earnings tax are people who are gainfully employed.
Are earnings taxes currently covered in Missouri law?
Well, I'm glad you asked that question. They're covered in the Missouri statute 92.300 that any earnings tax has to be voted on by the local citizenry. In this case, Kansas City and St. Louis have voted on it more than once, and they can vote on it any time again if they want to reconsider it. They don't need some billionaire telling them when to do that. State law requires a vote on any earnings tax to enact one or to get rid of it. And so we don't need Proposition A for people in Kansas City and St. Louis to have the right to vote. They already have that right.
What would happen to Kansas City and St. Louis if Proposition A passes?
Well, they would be in a situation of having to find some other source of revenue to provide those services that I mentioned earlier: police, fire, street repair, street lights, animal control, trash collection. All the services you get in a city would have to be either that revenue would have to be replaced with sales tax, real estate tax, or you would have to cut God knows how many of our employees in the cities in order to make up for that.
And if we were to have new taxes, new property taxes and sales taxes, how would that impact the membership of the Missouri AFL-CIO?
Well, our people who are retired on fixed income would all of a sudden be having to start paying a tax they right now are not paying. They'd pay more real estate tax, more sales tax. And that goes for people who are unemployed, laid off. If they own property and they buy anything that a sales tax is levied on, they would have to make up the difference. So right now the earnings tax is fair because if you earn, you pay. If you don't earn, you don't pay. It's senseless to even think about passing that on to those who can least afford it.
So if it's such a bad idea and it would impact our community and our members the way that it does, why is it on the ballot?
It's on the ballot because a billionaire has decided it'd be on the ballot. Here's a guy, apparently got all the money in the world, has decided that he's going to force our two cities and the people in those cities to vote on something they really have already got the right to do, and that is to reconsider the earnings tax if they want to. That's the reason it's on the ballot. He paid for the entire petitioning process to put it on the ballot.
So this is really one man's idea.
As far as I can say, it must be one man's idea. It's all his money.